From entrepreneurs all over the world to big visions inside your head, many will come. Few will make it. The ones left standing will be the ones that did not give up, that did not give in, and that did find a way. This is Reality Show Austin.
My name is Jacob Boker, and welcome to Multi-Action Marketing. What is this multi-action marketing? First, number one, understanding media. What do I mean by understanding media? First of all, there's four major components of understanding media. What are those? Audio, video, text, and image. Audio, video, text, and image. That's right. Four major components of media. Next, major variables that go with the major components of media. What are the biggest variables that go along with those, that are attached to those, that will affect your media for your exposure, for your return? What are those? Break it down to you right now. How big you are, how relevant you are, and how recent you are. How big you are, how relevant you are, and how recent you are. Now, I will teach you guys a couple tricks later on in this video. Piggybacking is going to be one of the biggest strategies that you can conceive when creating a marketing plan, or your efforts, or what you're even going to gauge it towards or gear it towards when you're creating your marketing or media. So step one was understanding media. First of all, the parts of media are going to be the four major components: audio, video, text, and image. Once you understand the four major components, understand the major variables that deal with those being successful for you as far as getting a better return, more exposure, and it all kind of goes hand in hand, the right exposure. So what are those? How big you are, how relevant you are, and how recent you are. So, understanding step one, I'm going to go over this again. So if you guys aren't writing this down, write it down. Four major components of media: audio, video, text, image. Three major variables: how big, how relevant, and how recent. Now keep those in mind. Tuck them in your pocket. You guys write them down. Take that note. Diving into step two. What is step two? Step two is the layer system. What is the layer system, folks? How will the layer system affect you? Well, in my opinion and from my experience, there's two types of layers: positive layers and negative layers. How are you building your content? Example, sometimes a positive can become a negative. A couple years back, URL submission was one of the biggest things you could do for your website and for some of the SEOs that you're doing. So you go to these sites, you'd submit your URL and be submitted to 1,000 different sites, search engines, so on and so forth. With one submission, sometimes they have you link back, sometimes not. Sometimes you pay for it, sometimes you don't. But now, all your links and all these backlinks are linking back to you. But Google just did an update last year, Panda, and now they don't like those backlinks as much. So now those backlinks are a negative layer, all leading back to you, which can be affecting some of the positive layers and traffic that you can be getting. Now, what is a layer system? A layer system is understanding really what we're going to go down to in a minute, but your target audience, but your products, your services is what you're going to start with in the middle. From there, we're going to integrate the four major components of media: audio, video, text, and image. We're going to allow your audience to watch you, see you, hear you, and read about everything that you have going on. So you start with your products, your services. That's what everything's going to be going around. From there, you're going to put a video, audio, text, and image. From there, we're going to share them on the biggest sites because we know it's how big you are, how recent you are, and how relevant you are. So some of the tags, titles, descriptions that you're going to be adding are going to be enriched with high-quality content that's going to be attached to your stuff. But understanding this, and we'll get into how to create it down the road, just understanding that your titles, descriptions, titles, meta descriptions, microdata, whatever you're dealing with, metadata, all of that should be enriched with certain things tied with what you're trying to target or market, that product, that service. Get specific, folks. If we're talking about a red pair of tennis shoes, say a red pair of tennis shoes. Brand name, whatever brand name. Make sure you include that. Red tennis shoes by whoever the brand name is. So let's get specific. That's what it's starting with. Audio, video, text, image. Pretty simple. How big you are, how relevant you are, how recent. How big you are. Talk about piggybacking. To tell you guys the truth, your website's probably not going to be the biggest. Google, Facebook, YouTube, big sites. That's what we're talking about. How big you are. Creating a page on these big people is piggybacking. First time I saw this example was an elephant walking through the safari. There's a little bird on top of the elephant's back. Is eating flies, just different stuff off the elephant, but the elephant was doing all the work, walking across the desert, walking across the safari, and the bird was just sitting back and relaxing. As the elephant, the big, huge beast, was doing all the work. Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Big, huge beast. Big, how big you are. How relevant you are. Relevant keywords, descriptions, pictures, images, tags, titles. Relevance. Recent. Moving down the list. Understanding your niche variables. So, let's use for example again. Red tennis shoes of the brand name provider of whoever makes the tennis shoes. That's going to be the center of our search. Understanding the variables. So we create one layer. Say we start with the products, audio, video, text, image, all the meta descriptions, titles, tags, everything, dealing with that one factor right there. What are the variables of that? Say we're talking about red shoes, brand name, Austin, Texas. What we want to do is understand the variables. Obviously, we know red shoes, brand name, but there's also brand name red shoes, certain style, brand name red shoes, certain style, but then there's Austin, then there's Austin, Texas. Some people type in Austin TX. Some people just type in Austin. So knowing the different variables, or some people say Austin, Texas, red shoes, brand name, understanding the variables. Now, we created one layer with brand name red shoes, which had audio, video, text, image. Now we could take a lot of the same components, but just switch out the meta tags, data, reuse whatever we can, and now we have to create another layer. Now we have to create a layer for each one of those variables. Austin, Austin, Texas, Austin, TX, whole new layer, audio, video, text, image. That's building a layer now. Now we're talking, folks. So, now we're getting into this. Niche variables. After the niche variables, we're talking about syndication, folks. Syndication. What do I mean by syndication? Let's talk about syndication for a minute. Understanding where it's going to be going to maximize your exposure, to reach your target audience, and to make sure it's getting out to the right people. I explain it like this a lot of times. Alright. If your content's a good fit for CNN and not Fox, we're not going to syndicate it to Fox. We're going to syndicate it to CNN. Vice versa. But maybe we're syndicating it to Fox and it'd be a better thing for Fox Health or Fox Sports. I'm going to syndicate it to those outlets. Quick example. There's a couple places online to where I could post my audio, it converts it to the video, automatically makes a YouTube out of it, also broadcasts it in about 20 to 30 other outlets for me, plus I take the RSS feed and post it in the other outlets I want based off of one broadcast, one podcast, one audio, now it's a video, text, image. Understanding syndication and how certain networks work will take a lot of the work away from you, plus get it in those positive outlets and syndication places. Those backlinks that you want. So understanding syndication is very important. Now we're into the part of creating content. That's right, folks. Creating content. Most people, this is where they're stuck, this is where they're blocked, they'll hire somebody else. But the truth of the matter is, you are the professional. You are the one who knows. Creating content can be one of the hardest things, but it may be one of the easiest things. Let me go over this with you real quick. First part of creating content is understanding your audience, your demographic, your geographic, psychographics, conversations, interests, compatibilities. You start looking at hashtags, plus ones, comments, reviews, and any other form to help you identify who your target audience is. Now, when you're looking at all of that, they say it takes between 5 to 8 points of engagement before the day of purchase, before the day of trust, before the day they decide maybe to do business with you. Now, think of it this way, folks. What if you could bypass a few or all of those 5 to 8 points of engagement? You say, how can that be true? Let me get you to understand one thing real quick. By me seeing you in the same place 8 times, shaking your hand and saying, how are you doing, is not 8 points of engagement. That's 1 point of engagement 8 different times. Point of engagement should be taking you guys to the next level of either trust, the relationship, or the sell. So starting to understand that. When you're looking at the demographics, the geographics, who is the demographics? What is it? Male or female? Education level, income level. What do they do for work? You can even start breaking it down a little bit more. If it's male or female, blondes or brunettes. Maybe if it's males, you could do bald or longer hair. Crazy hairdos or not. You start analyzing some of this stuff. You start reading reviews about what people are talking about. Now, if people are already talking about something, and maybe people are upset about something or happy about something, either way, if they're talking about it, and you can start writing something or chime into that conversation or talk about the same thing of what they're looking for, wouldn't you say you could almost bypass a few points of those engagements? For example, say I take out my phone. Now this has a black case, but say it had a bright blue case. We're talking about blue cell phone cases today in just a general conversation, correct? And I tell you how great this new blue case is for my cell phone, so on and so forth. Later on, you go home, you're on the computer, you're searching some stuff, and a picture of a blue cell phone case pops up. Now, a majority of the people would be curious, would stop and look at it, would think about it, and a majority of the people would click into it, just based off the conversation. Now, not 100% of the people would, but a majority of the people would. And that's the thing I'm talking about. Bypassing those points of engagement. So before we create content, we have to understand the demographics, who we're really talking to. The geographics, where they're really buying. Now, understand, geographics go 2 ways. A lot of people don't understand the 2 ways of the geographics work. Most people will say, all right, well, most people are buying my products or service maybe in Texas. Let's use Texas, for example. Maybe they even break it down to the smaller region. Let's say Austin, Texas. Majority of the people are buying my products in Austin, Texas. Great. So a majority of the people are buying your products in Austin, Texas, but where are they buying them from? Now, I do a lot with travel industry, and I've done a lot with the travel industry. And a lot of times it's like, all right, the destination's in Florida, but where are the majority of the people looking for this from? Yeah, they in trips, Florida, but are they looking from Texas? Is that where it is? So making sure that you understand the 2-way relationship in the geographic location. Not only, yeah, where the majority of the product's sold, but where are the people looking for that product? Say, for example, it is Florida, and the majority of people are looking for it in Texas, but you live in Texas. Wouldn't it make sense for them to do business with you compared to somebody in Florida? So before you create content, just really understanding the demographics, geographics, then the psychographics. Now this will change per area, per region, even per state, sub-region, whatever you want to call it. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, we live in Austin, Texas. So they have a weird attitude. Their whole thing is keep it weird, which is great. So if you start talking about Houston, you start talking about more inner city, different mindset, how would that affect you? Well, maybe you're talking to a 25-year-old woman in Austin, Texas, and you're talking to a 25-year-old woman in Houston, Texas. Now, I'm not trying to put anything out there, but now the mindset may be different. Maybe the 25-year-old girl in Austin came here for college. She's set up, pretty well developed, and maybe the 25-year-old woman in Houston is maybe living on the streets, struggling, having hard times. So you have to realize the psychographics that go into these. A lot of times I explain it a lot easier like this, is maybe a person from Texas or a person from Hawaii. You're on beach time or you're on country time. Two different mindsets of how they grow up and how they think. So really understanding the psychographics. Conversations, things they're talking about. Interests, things they're interested in. What they're talking about, things they're interested in, things they like, what they want to do, things they're hashtagging. Hashtag is a way to pretty much track a conversation. So you could go on most of these social networks, type in a hashtag, it's going to tell you all the conversations going on about that. So say you're selling shoes, you could do hashtag shoes. You can see what everybody's talking about when they're tagging hashtag shoes. What kind of shoes? What color of shoes? You start narrowing it down, so you're making sure you're selling what these people want. Making sure you're a perfect fit for that, for them, for your audience. So, plus ones is going to be able to plus people. That helps you syndicate content. Plus ones is a way to add people easily. It helps you syndicate content. For example, say you write a really good, high quality article. Maybe it is about red shoes, and you're sharing it on Google Plus. All you have to do is push +1, or you push plus, and you can start typing in Fox News, ABC News. Simply syndicate it to them with the push of a button, with the plus of a button. It's all you have to do to syndicate it. Simple, folks. Who is your target audience? Who are you talking to? What did you create this content for? Who are you targeting? The multi-action system, you need to narrow the niche. Narrow the niche. The multi-action system works in so many different areas and levels, and it'll maximize everything you do. But the way you really want to utilize it and maximize it is make sure you narrow your niche. I tell people like this: would you rather have 100 leads coming in a day that are crap and you're not selling? Or would you rather have 10 quality leads coming in per day that are pretty much already sold or selling by the time they get to you? Ask yourself that. Pre-qualify your audience. Pre-qualification is one of the biggest things you could do with your target audience. Understanding what your end goal is. What do you want to create with this marketing? Yes, get exposure, create leads, create sales, get the phones to ring. Those are great goals. Let's pre-qualify all of this. Who is your target audience? Pre-qualification is the most important part. Who are you trying to reach? Not broad, narrow. Let's work these small, narrow niches to make the broad what you want. You want the world? Great. Let's start with one city at a time, one county at a time, one state at a time, and work our way towards that, whatever we could handle. Next, tracking. In the layer system, you create these layers, starting with your product. Integrating 4 major components: audio, video, text, image. Integrating them with the components and factors, how big, relevant, and recent you are. Integrating into outlets such as YouTube, Facebook, ABC, NBC, Clear Channel, iHeart. That's right, folks. So now that we start understanding that, tracking it, we create the layer, product and service first, audio, video, text, image. Outside of that, we start building a layer. It's going to YouTube, it's going to Facebook, it's going to Clear Channel, ABC, NBC, Fox. It's going everywhere. Now that's the syndication layers, but in between all those layers should be a tracking layer. You should be able to track, so you'll be able to monetize and know where to put most of your efforts. The maximum return. to help customize and find those niches. And lastly, sales. Everything should lead up to the sales. If you use a multi-action system, everything should lead up to the sales. So almost the time they're calling you, it's sold, it's done, or even integrate certain technology to have it sold so you can make money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, what you're doing, there's always a way to do it.
All right, guys, so today we're doing a prank call. We're calling a local business plumbing, this plumbing company that we're going to call, and we're going to do a prank. So you just wait and see what we're going to do. Let's try to give them a call here. I got them ready to go. Speed down. All right. Come on, answer.
AB Plumbing, how may I help you?
Yeah, my toilet's broke. I need to have you come and fix it, please. Fast.
What's wrong with your toilet, sir?
It's not flushing, and there's stuff in there that just needs to go down. And I have a date here tomorrow night, so I need it fixed fast.
What type of stuff is in it, sir?
Well, this is a toilet, so there's only a couple guesses. Well, I guess 3 if you consider people. But anyway, I have a girlfriend coming tomorrow night, almost Valentine's Day. You need to
What type of
to
girl
fix
do you
this.
have coming, sir?
What type of what? I'm sorry.
What type of girl do you have coming, sir?
What do you mean, what type of girl? I said it's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah,
Is
my
she
girlfriend.
blonde or brunette?
What? It's brunette, thank you. What difference does it make? My toilet's it's overflowing. What is your name? Are you the manager?
My name is Abby.
I'm sorry?
My name is Abby.
Are you the manager, B?
I'm the owner.
Okay, so are you going to come and fix my toilet?
What is wrong with your toilet, sir?
I just told you. What part didn't you understand?
Well, what is wrong with your toilet, sir?
Oh, forget it. I'm just going to call somebody else.
Sir? Hello? Sir?
All right, last one didn't work. I'm going to call up another plumber and see what we can do. Some of the egg guys, you got to do it because I'm telling you.
BC Plumbing.
Hello?
BC Plumbing.
Hey, did I just talk to you? I have a broken toilet.
No, this is BC Plumbing.
Hey, I need you to come and fix my toilet. It's not flushing. I have someone coming in town.
What is it? What is wrong with your toilet?
It's not flushing.
It's not flushing. What's in it,
Yeah,
sir?
you know the handle part. It's not working.
Is the handle broken?
I guess so, because it's not flushing. Can you come today?
Is it
This is
clogged?
an emergency situation. My
Is it
girlfriend is
clogged?
coming into town.
Should we rotor your toilet for you, sir?
I don't know. You're the plumber. Can you come and do you have an opportunity now? Do you have any openings tonight? I have my girlfriend's got. I can't let her smell this. I can't let her have this.
Who's coming?
My girlfriend. I have company, sir.
Company? Is it a girlfriend?
Yeah, I just told you it's my girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend coming tonight?
She will be in later tonight, yes, but Valentine's Day tomorrow. I need to have this fixed. Can you fix it?
What's the problem?
I just told you.
BC Plumbing?
Let me talk to your manager.
This is the owner?
No, I need to talk to your manager. I need to talk to somebody else.
Hold on.
Yeah, BC Plumbing, how may I help you?
Yeah, my toilet's broke. Do you guys have any availability today to come fix it? You guys aren't too far from
And
me.
what's wrong with it, sir?
It's overflowing, and my house smells like crap.
What
to
does
be
it smell like,
honest with you.
sir?
I'm sorry?
What does it smell like?
It smells like crap, sir.
Where is it coming from?
The toilet. It overflowed.
It overflowed?
Yeah, I have company coming in town tonight.
What type of company, sir?
What kind of company? Everybody asks that question in this town. What kind of company? Does it matter what kind of company?
Sir, you don't have to get angry with me. Please calm down. Calm down,
crickets.
sir.
Okay. Can you come out today or not?
This is BC Plumbing.
Correct. BC
You're
Plumbing.
calling after hours, sir. Do you understand you're calling after hours? Do you understand that?
What is your after hours? It's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning, sir.
Oh, now this is, oh my. Okay.
BC Plumbing?
Goodbye.
From entrepreneurs all over the world to big visions inside your head, many will come. Few will make it. The ones left standing will be the ones that did not give up, that did not give in, and that did find a way. This is Reality Show Austin.